Have you ever heard that the armors of Athena's knights are not the real ones? They would simply be copies of the god's sacred garments, the kamui. This is a rarely discussed truth buried deep in Saint Seiya mythology. The armors we know as bronze, silver, or gold are actually adapted versions. They try to replicate something infinitely older and more powerful. The real garments worn by the deities. Hello, knights and amazons. Welcome to Always Wanted to Know. I am Wesley. In today's video, we will explore the secret hierarchy of armors and garments worn by all the armies of the gods, from the primordial to the most recent. And still in this video, I'm going to reveal to you the secret truth about the Phoenix armor in Athena's army. Are you ready? So go ahead and click like, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell, and let us get to this awesome video. Friends, what am I going to bring here together? Official sources include the manga, anime, and interpretations from canonical details and licensed materials. The basis in this video is official, but without ignoring the hidden information in the spin-offs. Curiosity number 1. The mythical armors Ars Magna, the Great Art. At the very top of the armors, we find those that were created along with the Big Bang itself. From the Saint Seiya universe, high royalty, the name Ars Magna says it all. Legend says they were born along with the universe, made to be worn by the primordial gods who shaped reality. We are talking about powerful beings like Uranus, god of the sky, Gaia, goddess of the earth, and Pontus, deity of the sea, primordial. The Ars Magna are crafted from a mysterious, crystalline, transparent, and ethereal material. When a primordial god wears it, he becomes translucent, and the power matches that of the deities who use them. And without a doubt, the primordial armors are at the top of the hierarchy. Curiosity number 2. The battle weapons Somas. Here, things change a bit. The Somas are more than just armors, they are weapons of combat. It is said that during the war against Uranus, Gaia created 12 extremely powerful weapons for her children, the Titans. She forged them from the universe's most resistant material, creating the weapons of the 12 Titans. And their power is naturally of a divine level, far superior to any of Athena's gold cloths. Here's an interesting fact. They are weapons capable of changing shape, even transforming into garments that resemble armor. Due to their ancient origin and divine nature, the Somas are just below the Ars Magna, but still at the very top of the hierarchy. Fun fact number 3. The gods' garments Kamui. The Kamuis are the dream of any knight who reaches the limit of their cosmos. Also known as unlimited kamui, the kanji means garments of the gods. These are the original armors of the 12 Olympians. Their material is unknown, and classical mythology offers no real clues. Still, it is clearly something extraordinary. We have a vague description given by Thanatos in the original manga who describes them as similar. The divine armors, being clear, bright, and with golden reflections, are believed to be able to reach infinite power which, in theory, could even surpass the Somas. The mystery endures, as the myth says, no human has seen a kamui. And curiosity number 4, the diamond armors, Adamas. Going down a step, we find armors of divine origin, but that are more associated with the protection of specific armies or earthly purposes, also called diamond armors. The Adamas were created by the goddess Gaia before the rebellion of the giants. They were born from the depths of the earth to protect the giants. Other children of Gaia are formed from precious gems such as diamonds, rubies, and various minerals. Their hardness is superior to that of a gold armor, but apparently they do not have the ability to be charged with cosmos like the armors. If a human can wear them, no one is certain. Curiosity number 5. The celestial garments Glories. The Olympian gods also wanted their armies. In theory, the glories were created by Zeus to clothe his battalion of warrior angels. The kanji means celestial garment, but it also refers to the glory and honor of heroes. The material may be like that of the kamuis, but that is just speculation. In the Next Dimension saga, 4 angels were revealed, including Tuma, the angel of sleep. And in Kanori, these warriors are servants of Apollo, the sun god. In Heaven's prologue, we meet 3 angels, including Tuma of Icarus, the original character, and his Theseus, both serving Artemis. All these characters use their glories to fight, and the angels of death and Lucifer would also be using their glories. In the film The Warriors of Armageddon, curiosity number 6, Athena's sacred armors. This is the most famous battlefield where three major armies clash. The armors are the most iconic protections created by Athena, with the help of the alchemist from the continent of Mu. The first to use the name Mu in the classic saga was the Gold Saint of Ares, who is a descendant of these alchemists. They fall into four main classes, an even more evolved form being the crown armors, where Ares, one of the three knights serving Abel in the movie Legend of the Defenders of Athena. I've already said they are above bronze, silver, and gold armors. Many believe these are the renowned armors of mysterious origin. Mentioned in the hypermyth, they are made of orichalcum and influenced by solar energy, making them superior in resistance. The gold armors. Many may believe that these knights are servants of Abel, but they have the same origin as Athena's knights. Their Lynx, Coma Berenices, and Carina armors are actually part of Athena's army. Then we have the gold armors, the most powerful in the sanctuary. There are 13, including Ophiuchus, forged from orichalcum and Gamanian. They turn golden, symbolizing the cosmos's peak power and purity. Silver armors rank below gold ones, but remain very powerful. Who could forget the amazing strength of the Silver Saint of Cepheus, Shun's master? The bronze armors, the lowest rank of the army? Less resistant but endearing. Created with the same materials, Gamanian, orichalcum, and stardust, these are the armors of the protagonists, like Seiya, Shiryu, Hyoga. The divine armors would be a real upgrade. When an Athena armor, even a bronze one, evolves to the maximum level, it becomes a divine armor. This occurs when the warrior fully raises his cosmos, surpassing the 8th sense, Araya Shiki. Reaching the level of a god, even the gods themselves consider their existence an insult, because they are close to the level of a Kamuai. Seiya of Pegasus and his friends were the only ones to achieve this feat in the Hades saga, thanks to Athena's blood. In the anime Soul of Gold and the Assassin episode saga, we also see the gold cloths reach this level on their armors. Curiosity number 7, the garments of the underworld. Sapphirus, Hades also has his army and his armors, the Sepuris. They are divided into two types, terrestrial stars and celestial stars. Their power surpasses silver cloths but is likely just below gold cloths. They may be made from underworld gems and minerals. Apart from Macarendi and orichalcum fruits, Rhadamanthes of Wyvern and Minos of Griffon are Hades judges who wear celestial star surplices. Curiosity number 8. The sea armors, scales, created by the will of Poseidon. The scales are worn by the Marinas, the warriors of the god of the seas. Forged in orichalcum, they are extremely resistant. Golden scales are the highest hierarchy, worn by the 7 Marina generals. Common scales have a lower hierarchy. With various colors, Mermaid Thetis has a red scale, and she is at a power level between the Marina generals and the Marina soldiers, who wear blue scales. Curiosity number 9, the lunar armors. The Olympic goddess Artemis also created her protections, the lunar armors. They do not seem as strong as the Sepuris or the scales. The satellites are the warriors of Artemis who use these armors. They are split into two groups, light satellites and dark satellites, a peculiar characteristic. The diadems of the white satellites have a kind of ears, which brings a reference to a hare or rabbit. Meanwhile, the dark satellites have clothing that resembles owls. Each also has a bow and arrow to guard the Temple of the Moon. Curiosity number 10, the war armors. The god Ares would also have an army, the Berserkers. The Sentia show manga spin-off explores Athena's warriors, the Sentias, in more depth. We know Ares' servants like Deimos, Phobos, and Harmonia. In this spin-off, though, they are called ghosts instead of berserkers. Fun fact number 11, the galaxies of Mars. The god Mars is also associated with war and has his own armors, the galaxies, worn by his Martian warriors in the universe of Saint Seiya Omega. Fun fact number 12, the frozen north. Divine robes are worn by Odin's warriors, the god warriors of Asgard. Their creation is thought to be similar to Athena's armors. This suggests a great friendship between the two gods. Saint Seiya Taizen mentions Odin's robe as one of the strongest. This class includes the warriors Derval, Hilda, and Andreas. Curiosity number 13, the spirit shells. The shells or armors are created by the goddess Nemesis. They are used by the spirits, who are these mythological warriors. Curiosity number 14, the auras of time. In the Time Odyssey saga, the god Kronos has the warriors of time. The warriors who make up this army serve the god Kronos loyally, and they are willing to give their lives to satisfy the whims and goals of their god. These warriors wear armor known as auras. Fun fact number 15. The leaves of Eris are the garments worn by the Dyads, servants of Eris in the Saint X saga. Fun fact number 16. The army of Pallas and Saturn. In the Omega Saga, the servants of Pallas and Saturn use the chronotectors, which are divided into primary, secondary, and tertiary. This garment allows its users to freeze time for individuals with low cosmos, making them appear petrified. Fun fact number 17. Alternative forms and special protections. At lower levels, but with specific functions, we have the spiritual swords, weapons based on the somas, but focused on swords, used by gladiators in the Assassin episode saga. They can also change shape to cover the warrior like an armor. Steel armors created with technology from the Grodd Corporation are a modern advancement, but with less power than the armors. Narwhals, the name of the type of armor used by the Jaguars, the followers of the god Tezcatlipoca, which appears in the guidance story of Icardia, Orbis, and Tyonius. Smaller protections include the first, which resembles the Sapors, and the second, manifested through the tattoos of the Taonia warriors from China. Black armors. The legendary and infamous black armors are the lowest in Athena's hierarchy. They are copies of the bronze armors forged by banished alchemists. They do not possess great powers and are used by the Black Knights. Many of these hierarchies trace back to the most famous legend, the origin of Athena's armors. In this story, the Phoenix armor is a mystery itself. Among the many stories and legends that exist in the world of Saint Seiya, there is one of special importance, which tells us about a formidable warrior. A warrior capable of wielding colossal powers of divine origin in his hands. That is why, in greater detail, we will talk about the legend of this incredible fighter, who was recognized since the time of myth. This is the legend of the first Phoenix Knight. It is said that a long time ago, a gigantic flood swept over the entire world, and formidable warriors covered in golden scales, the Marinas, emerged from the sea. These beings, serving Poseidon, massacred all their opponents, bringing humanity to the brink of extinction. In those dark times, the goddess Athena contacted a powerful and mysterious group of alchemists who lived on the distant continent of Ebu. She asked them to create special protections that would connect directly, as many as the constellations in the sky. That is how the alchemists presented the 12 gold armors, 24 silver, and 48 bronze, all forged in orichalcum and Gamanian. However, when the collection was presented to Athena, something completely inexplicable happened. 4 mysterious armors appeared among the collection. They looked similar to the bronze ones, but they had a mystical energy, and they were warm to the touch. They became known as the 4 mysterious armors. Their constellations were Coma Berenices, Lynx, Carina, and of course the Phoenix. The Phoenix armor emerged shrouded in mystery. Unlike the other 88 armors, it refused to accept any bearer. If anyone dared to try to wear it without his consent, it would emit such terrible flames that it would burn the reckless person. Because of this, it did not join the First Holy War and was stored with other armors whose constellations had not appeared yet. While dormant, it awaited its true master. In the era of the gods, Athena's brother, son, god Abel, descended from the sky's highest point. He deeply loved his sister, so when she was attacked, he stayed to protect her. Abel used his powerful cosmos to build a majestic sun temple and 9 surrounding temples. Unlike other gods, Abel did not have his own warriors, and Athena asked some of her knights to serve as his personal escort. That is when the unexpected happened. The 4 mysterious armors began to resonate and lament. In the powerful sun god's cosmos, Abel summoned them with his cosmos, and they became the crown armors. The Carina armor recognized the powerful warrior Atlas. The Berenice's hair armor recognized Berenge, and the Lynx armor recognized Zhao. However, the Phoenix armor was even more violent and aggressive. It did not accept being ruled, not even by Abel's cosmos. Since everyone knew the armor's origin was unknown, the Unknown One, the third armor of unknown origin, the third armor of unknown origin, the third armor of unknown origin, third armor of unknown origin, the third armor of unknown origin, the third unknown armor, the unknown armor, the third armor of unknown origin, 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 Makia. But, for some mysterious reason, Only one part remained afloat, the place where the phoenix armor was stored, along with the boxes of black armors. This island would later become known as Death Queen Island. That is how we reach the present after thousands of years. A man appeared before the phoenix armor, and it recognized him immediately. She had waited so long for this warrior, the one who could wield and control her supreme powers. Finally, he had arrived. The legend, which is reaffirmed by sources like Saint Seiya Tyson, states that Ikki of Phoenix is the first worthy bearer of the Phoenix armor. The time had come for the Knight of Phoenix to rise and change the course of history. The legend of Ikki of Phoenix and his first bearer is fascinating. It reveals how complex and expansive Saint Seiya's mythology is. I think it is a shame Masami Kurumada did not explore the origins of these armors further, since they add mystery and grandeur to the bronze cloths. Of course, some of them have already been covered in spin-offs, like Gigantomachia and the Lost Canvas. And currently we also know about a new power of the Phoenix Cloth in the episode Jerichine Saga, with it being the main artifact to transform a black gold armor into an original gold armor. Did you like the video? Leave a comment to let me know, and thanks for watching until the end. See you next time. Burn your cosmos to infinity.